Hey QR students. So we're starting our finance project today, finance unit project. It's kind of a long packet, but I just want to kind of go through parts of it. This will be due Tuesday next week, okay? So you've got 5 full days to work on it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. All right, so this has 5 parts. There's My Jobs, which takes up the first 2 pages. There is the reality check is the 3rd page. That's the 2nd part. 3rd part is credit card activity. That is the 4th page. Car loan is 5th and 6th pages. That's 20 points. And then finally, my investment is the last page, and that's 20 points. So each part is 20 points, okay? So let's look at the jobs. And this one's going to take the most talking, just kind of get through this. In this activity, you will choose 2 jobs that interest you, preferably jobs you really hope or believe you may one day have. You must find this job online, print proof of this job. One good website to find proof for your job interest is Salary.com. What we're looking for is beginning salary. All salaries that are found online must be entry-level pay, all right? Must be entry-level pay. The NACE reported the 2019, which is the most recent data, 2019 average offer to bachelor degree graduates to be about $54,000, $53,899. So people graduating with a college degree 2 years ago averaged about $54,000 a year. For this reason, do not select a job that pays more than $70,000 a year. That's $16,000 more, which, you should. Entry-level jobs generally don't go for that much more than that. Now, obviously, if you have some things do go for more. Usually they have higher degrees attached to them, and we're talking about a job you can step into right out of a 4-year degree plan, or even less if you want. So here's your options of jobs you can choose. You can choose to work hourly wage, 40 hours a week in an hourly wage position, H-E-B, Best Buy, Chewy's, etc. You can select the place where you want to work, give the correct hourly wage. If you choose this option, this job usually offers 5 days of paid vacation, 3 days of sick leave per year. They offer a reduced health insurance plan, which still requires you to pay $100 per month. You are a responsible adult and choose to deduct 2% of your monthly paycheck and invest in a retirement plan. So if you're doing an hourly job, use this information. And otherwise, other than this, use the generic information, which we'll get to at the bottom of the page. Okay? Second type of job, you have made arrangements to work through your network of family and or friends. For example, you may have an uncle who owns a towing company, and he may give you a job earning $20 an hour driving a tow truck after some training. You must give proof of this entry-level salary and any benefits that will be offered. Otherwise, use the generic info it's actually below, not above, along with completing your analysis. Third, in the 3rd job, you will select an entry-level position in the field of your choosing after earning a bachelor's degree, or you can select a career that requires some work experience and or prerequisite training, but not a 4-year college degree. For example, suppose you want to work in a medical lab as a technician. You can pursue a 2-year degree at TSTC or at a tech school and then get a job at a medical lab. The graph below shows that you would start at approximately $35,000 a year. Okay, here's the medical lab technician U.S. national averages here. So the average salary is somewhere, looks like around $40,000 or so. But if you're just beginning, you're going to be down here at the bottom end, right? This is the average for all the people who are doing medical lab technicians in the whole country. So you're going to start down here because that's your entry salary, all right? The graph below shows an example of proof for a starting salary. You may not use the national average, all right? So once you find your job with your salary, all right, you're going to actually have 2 jobs with your salary, and that's why on the My Jobs table, you have 2 columns here, one for each job. So once you have that, here's the other information to figure out. What you're trying to calculate is your monthly take-home income here. So you're going to have all your taxes, 6.2% for Social Security, 1.45% for Medicare, 10% for federal income, just like it always has been on the other problems. You're planning on taking 10 vacation days, 5 days of sick leave for a total of 15 days of time off. All right. If you can find information regarding your benefits, use that. Just saying, note, just saying a company has medical insurance does not mean that they pay for it. It just means that they offer a plan. Unless they tell you how much it will cost you, you must use the medical cost and generic info provided below. Any info that cannot be found regarding regarding the benefits, use the generic info. So here's the generic info. Unless you can find specific information, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get 5 days paid vacation, 3 days sick leave. All right? Notice that that's not covering everything you have up here, so you're going to have to take some unpaid vacation, unpaid sick leave. Health insurance plan will cost you $250 per month. Retirement investment, 3% of your monthly paycheck. Life insurance, $30 per month. Okay? So using this information, you're going to fill in 2 columns here, one for each job. You have your gross monthly income, gross annual income. After tax, you're going to take your taxes out, get your after-tax monthly income. Then how much is vacation, sick days, health insurance, life insurance, retirement going to cost you for your monthly take-home pay? Okay? All right, that's my jobs. That's worth 20 points. Second thing, reality check. Okay? You're going to go to a website. It says it right here, texasrealitycheck.com. There's a green thing there that says start your reality check. You'll click on that. You're going to choose a city in Texas to live in. I'm sorry if you want to live out of state, but for this activity, you got to choose a city in Texas. If you want to live in Austin, that's great. If you want to live in Waco, that's great. If you want to live in wherever, just pick a city in Texas, okay? Then go through and pick. It's going to ask you for different, it's going to start with housing. Notice it limits you. Number 4 here says choose a housing option other than living at home. If you lived at home, it would not cost you anything, but we're going to assume that you are going to live not at home. You have to pay for some sort of housing. It'll give you different things. Do you want an apartment? Do you want a small house? Do you want a big house? All right? And then you'll click on next, and it'll talk about utility options. And so pick which things you want there. 4 food options, but be sure you don't pick one of the things that it says not to pick in the description up here. All right? Just read through, make sure you're picking the right stuff. Okay? Finally, at the end, it's a little bit easier now. It tells you how to print off the table, but it's a lot easier. There's a print button. It's going to make a table that looks kind of like this, and there's a print button there, so you should be able to print that, get that out. But it's going to total up all your expenses, right? And then you're going to compare your expenses needed to live in whatever city you chose compared to whatever kind of salary you had over here. These are the only 2 activities that actually tie together of the 5, all right? So you're going to look at your salary you're bringing home, you're going to look at your expenses, whatever city you chose, and then you're going to write something about it. Number 16, write at least a half-page summary of your findings. You're going to be comparing and analyzing the monthly expenses line from your reality check with your monthly salaries from the My Jobs activity. In this paragraph, you should compare and contrast your 2 salaries with this budget that you generated from reality check. What will you need to do? Change. Are you surprised by this? Is it realistic? Why or why not? Okay? So, write a summary talking about comparing this to your salary. Okay? All right. Number 3 is your credit card. Okay? You're going to choose a credit card. Go out there online. If you don't already have a credit card, choose a credit card. All the big banks have them. Watch your ads on TV. There's credit card ads on TV all the time. Or if you want to choose what your parents use, that's fine too. Okay? But find a credit card. Find the interest rate for the credit card. Don't use the promo rate. A lot of the credit cards will say 0% interest for the first 12 months. 5% interest for the first 12 months. Do not use that. Look at the fine print. How much are they going to charge in interest after the promo period is up? After the first 12 months or 24 months or however long the good rate lasts. Look into that. How much is it going to cost you afterwards? All right? Probably going to be 15 to 25% range. Okay? So, you are starting with a balance of $1,500. You already owe $1,500. You have a $5,000 credit limit, meaning you could spend up to $3,500 more if you so choose. You must make 2 purchases. Number 2 here, you are going to purchase 2 items. I don't care what you buy. Just buy 2, research it, look something up, find out how much something costs that you want. As long as the total is not more than $3,500, that's fine. All right? You're going to include tax on it. You're going to figure out how much it's going to cost you. You're also going to make 1 payment of $52.50. And then we're going to just go through the same steps that we've gone through twice now, all right? You're going to figure out your average daily balance. You're going to figure out your finance charge. You're going to figure out your new balance. You're going to calculate your minimum payment. Okay? All these things, just same thing we've been doing. Once you've got that, you're going to just fill in the rest of this at the bottom. At the end, you're going to do an amortization table. Okay? It tells you in number 3 exactly when you make your purchases and your payment. All right, the first day of billing is 19 July. Last day of billing is 18 August. You will purchase one item on 24 July, another item on 3 August, make your payment on 6 August. Okay? Calculate your average daily balance, get your daily periodic rate, get your finance charge, your new balance, calculate the minimum payment. Okay, moving on. The next 2 pages look a whole lot alike. They both say my car loan here, my car loan here. The difference is in this middle section in here. Otherwise, I think they're pretty much identical. Okay? On this front one, it says you are purchasing a new car. And you will look for new car loan rates. All right? You will calculate 2 different financing options. You're going to take up to a 5-year loan and then a 6-year loan. Okay? A 5-year loan and a 6-year loan for your new car. You can pick any new car you want. Go out, research, find a car you like. See how much it costs. All right? And then you're going to get a loan for 5 years and for 6 years. And that's why you have 2, down below here you have 2 tables, one for 5 years, one for 6 years. Okay? So that's the first thing. New car. Secondly, over here, you're going to purchase a used car. Should not cost as much unless you get a really expensive used car. You're going to look for used car loan rates. This one's going to be either 3-year or 4-year. All right, shorter loan because it's probably not as much money. And again, you have 2 things to fill in here. One for 3-year, one for 4-year. Okay? And so that's all that. That is my car loan. So that was 20 points for that. So last thing is my investment. You have some choices to make here. Choose an initial amount of money, something between $0 and $500. That's going to be your present value. That's how much you start with. You will then choose to add monthly payments of any amount between $10 and $100. You can add $10 amount. You can add $20 amount, $25, $50, up to $100 a month. Okay? That's going to be your payment every month. You will invest in an annuity through a generic given bank that has an interest rate of 2.6% compounded monthly. You may use a different interest rate if you would like. Go to bankrate.com. I will tell you, you're not going to find anything more than that because interest rates on these sort of things are going to be like 1%, 0.5%, maybe 1.5 at the most. So 2%, 2.6 is kind of generous. But if you want to use a smaller, and if you want to go find a different bank rate, go ahead and do that. You're going to complete the given tables. Notice everything, you have different end values here because you're using different amount of years. You're going to do 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, and 10 years. All right? And that's why it has 5 numbers for in here. Everything else stays the same. Your interest rate stays the same. The amount of money you start with stays the same. The payment stays the same. The future value will change because you have different ends. And so you'll put your different future values here. And it's going to be monthly, so you'll have 12 and 12 here. All right, and then at the end, you're going to write a little summary about this. Include a brief yet completely intelligent summary about what you calculated and realized about this investment. Complete thoughts and sentences are expected. Okay, I know I flew through that pretty quick. If you have any questions, let me know. It's 20 points for each part. 20 points for my jobs, 20 points for the reality check with the paragraph, 20 points for the credit card, 20 points for the car loans, and 20 points for the investment. Okay? If you have questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to let y'all get to it. And like I said, I will put in something for you to turn this in on Tuesday. Okay? I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.